What is up, beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. Now, if you're new here, then welcome. Hi, my name is Tyler. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. But if you're not new here, then you already know that, and I'm happy you're here again. Thanks so much. But either way, without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this review of the table right now. First off, you need to know what actually is the table. Authorized by Airship Magic Manufacturing, developed and produced by TCC Magic, after nearly half a year of repeated prototyping and testing, we have produced what we believe is the most delicate and practical little coin table available. You show a small ornate wooden table and then you introduce half dollars, and one by one you cause the coins to visibly penetrate the table with no cover. At the end of the performance, you drape a black silk over the table and with a gentle press cause the table to penetrate the working surface or vanish entirely. The shape of the small coin table has been carefully designed by professional furniture designers. Every detail is unique, from the surface and the sides to the table legs. The gimmick has been repeatedly tested to make sure the depth and height are suitable for almost all coins of 25 to approximately 30 millimeters diameter. The whole table is made of solid African rosewood, processed with the craftsmanship and quality of high-end furniture. The tablecloth used for the end of the routine has a neat edge as well. What will you be receiving if you decide to purchase the table itself, and the tablecloth, plus a little extra bit to assist you in part of the routine. You'll also be receiving a 30-minute tutorial video taught in English. The man has a slight accent, but it isn't bad and is not distracting. Now that you know what the table is and what you'll be receiving, let's talk about some more questions you may have, such as how difficult is the table to perform. If you have done any type of coin sleights or coin work in the past, then this should be pretty easy for you to pick up if you know basic coin sleight of hand. Now, with that said, you're not going to be able to pull it out of the box and probably like instantly do it. I mean, go out and perform it literally like 2 minutes later. It is going to take a little bit of time to get the routine down, but it's not going to be difficult if you already have a pre-existing knowledge of basic coin sleights. Now, with that said, if you've never done coin magic before, but you've done some sleight of hand, it's going to take a little bit of practice, but it's not going to be crazy difficult. I'd say you can probably get it down within just a few days of practice. Not going to be that bad, but you will need to practice it a little bit. And also, one more thing is that you can actually kind of make it a little bit easier or harder on yourself depending on the type of sleight of hand you want to do, because there are multiple ways to accomplish some of the same things throughout this routine, but you can use easier or more difficult sleight of hand depending on which one you're most comfortable with. Let's talk about the angles. The angles for the table are going to be about 180 degrees, so keep your audience in front of you for best performance results, and you also need to be seated at a table to be performing this. Is the table examinable? In a way it is. I mean, at the beginning you can kind of flip the table over and like show the coins or show the table or whatnot, but I wouldn't necessarily hand this out to be like thoroughly examined at the end, because it's gonna vanish and it could reappear if you want it to or whatnot. But ahead of time they can kind of look at it. You know, I wouldn't necessarily let them like go through every single detail, but I'd say it's going to be pretty easy for you to just show this around and them not see anything or suspect anything, or even if they held it for a second, it shouldn't be bad, but that's kind of up to you and how well you can manage your audience. For me personally, I think when I perform this, if I'm doing it in like a show or like a parlor setting or a close-up setting, whatever, I'm going to have it either examined at the beginning or just kind of show it off freely at the beginning. I just feel like that's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to necessarily hand it out for everyone to like thoroughly inspect it and go through it. Whatever. That's how I feel about it. Up to you though. Kind of depends on how ballsy you want to be. Is there any DIY or anything you need to buy or supply? There's not really anything that you need to buy. I mean, you probably already have the stuff to do this at home, but you will need to supply your own coins, and you will need to do just a little tiny bit of DIY. It will take you about a minute or two. It's not going to take long, and it's very easy to do. What's the setup and reset like for the table? There's not really any at all on either side, because you just need to have the table and the coins, and then you're ready to go into the effect. Are there any negatives about the table? Not really. I would say that when I first watched this, I was actually watching the trailer for this at the Tricks convention, and when I previously attended at the beginning of November, and I was sitting next to one of my new friends, and they said, yeah, that's cool. And I was like, but how do you justify it? And they said, well, you could say maybe it's a table from like your sister's dollhouse or your kid's dollhouse or whatnot. And I was like, you know what, I actually really like that presentation. So I just want to say there are ways to get around it, and I thought that how do you present this little wooden table, but I think that would be a great way to do it. One other thing I'll mention is that this works best when you're using coins on the smaller side of the range that they gave you. It's just a little bit easier in my opinion. One of the positives about the table, it's really well made. I mean, I know they say it's made by like people that actually do furniture design, and I believe that because it looks like a really elegant little wooden table. I mean, it's a nice prop. It's really, really nice, and it looks good. If you're going to be doing this in a show, probably add it to something that looks a little bit more elegant, a little bit more formal, maybe have a really good story behind it, and I think that's another thing. You can kind of get creative with the story. I think there's a lot of possibilities there, which I love. I love the creative presentation you could do with this. And one more thing, the tutorial video is good, but I wish that they kind of detailed a little bit more of the sleight of hand part of it, because how to load the coins and get the coins produced and how to make them go through the table and all the other stuff, it's well explained from a presentation and like routine point of view, but when it gets down to like the specifics of like each sleight of hand move to get you in like certain positions / makes coins vanish, I wish there were a little bit more in-depth tutorial videos included with that, but you could go elsewhere and look for those moves, but I just would have liked a little bit more information about those specific moves. But overall, it's a good tutorial video. What should the table retail as? Well, currently it's going to set you back about $50 US, and is that a fair price? Honestly, I think it is, because this is a pretty elegant prop. It looks good, it looks like it's well made, and it is well made, and it looks nice, and it feels nice. I really like a lot of the things about it, so I'd say $50 isn't a bad price to pay. You could argue that it should be just a little bit cheaper, but honestly, I'm not complaining about the price, but definitely shouldn't be any more than it is. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I really do appreciate it. And if you feel that the table is for you, the link to purchase it is in the description down below. Also in the description is a link to TCC's website and social media info, so that way you can check out that and see if they have any sales going on when you're watching this video. But I can tell you one sale that they will be having, and that is that if you use this code, Tyler12, it will get you 20% off either the table or Paddle King. Now, if you don't know what Paddle King is, that's a whole nother trick that they've put out. It's another review on the channel if you want to watch it. I'll link that below as well. But you get 20% off either of those, so you can either get it on one of them or both. So if you buy both, you get 20% off and use that code. If you buy one, you get 20% off if you use that code. It expires 6 months from the time we're recording, so that's this date right here. If you want to check that out, then make sure you're using that code before this date is up, because then the code's expired. I don't get paid for doing this. I don't get any type of money from this code. They didn't pay me to do this review. They only sent it to me to review and then gave me that discount code, so that way I could get it out to you guys. So use that code if you'd like to. It's completely free to use, and I don't get any money from it. I'm just trying to help you guys out. But without any further ado, once again, thanks to TCC for this and the discount code, and thanks to you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you in another review that I post on the channel sometime soon. And remember, be nice to people. See ya.